Hey guys, welcome back. Sorry for the long delay. I've had a million and one things to do, and with the new year and everything, responsibilities come up. So, this was basically the last project I worked on, and it is a 100% DJI drone, and it is not a Phantom. Okay, it is what I call a Specter. Okay, this is basically my idea built on a platform that those of you that have Phantoms are familiar with, and those of you who have Phantoms also know about the pros and cons of flying a Phantom. And this model here is a hybrid, and what I've basically done is this is 100% DJI parts except for the motors. Okay, the body is a Phantom 3 Advanced. Okay, the landing gear also, the prop guards, the props, and the DJI NASA version 2 internals. And I'm also running the IOSD a module, which is one of these. If you haven't seen one before, I managed to get a hold of 6 of these babies online. A warehouse outlet was selling them, and I got them for $10 a piece. So I bought up their entire stock because I tend to build these things more and more, and people are asking me to start building them. Neighbors and other people around the area have requested me to build custom drones for them. Now, as you can see, this has the full NASA system in it, okay? And the way it is set up underneath is is your NASA LED, okay? Those of you who know the NASA LED. And these are the 2 connectors for a gimbal from the version 2. So they're basically hardwired. And this wire right here, this brown yellow wire, and I'm trying to focus here. The brown yellow wire, as you can see here, is the IOSD wire, which has no camera attached to it yet. That is going to be for a flight camera, which my DJI F550 has. So you'll have a live action camera, and you can still mount a gimbal at the bottom. Now, the pros and cons on this is I am not restricted to altitude or anything else like that. Of course, I stick to the rules and regs, but nobody wants to be governed. The NASA system is set to 400 feet, basically, to keep within flight regulations. But the cool thing about it is I can go to maximum height and maximum distance if I really wanted to, but I don't, safety reasons. I've also installed heavier motors, which have a lot more thrust and giving it a lot more performance. And these are actually pretty decent. They pull about the same amount of wattage as the factory ones, but they have a little bit more power to them. And the best part about this design is I'm not stuck having to use a DJI radio anymore. Okay, this is a Taranis QX7 radio, and it is fully programmed to go with this drone. And the cool thing about being able to use one of these is you can use it on all your drones. You don't have to have a radio for each drone. And for example, that big F550 up there is also programmed in here. So all I have to do is switch between the drones, and I use the same radio. And the other excellent design concept on this model is it's not a DJI battery. There you go, guys. I can use a standard 4500 milliamp LiPo battery, okay? And this baby fits right inside there. Plugs in and closes up, and I'm ready to go. So the difference between paying $50 a battery or $60 a battery, all I got to do is pay $30 a battery, or actually $28 a battery when you get them on sale. And on this battery pack, I got roughly about 18 minutes of flight time on this baby without the prop guards. Okay. And that's probably more because of the more powerful motors. Now, for me, 18 minutes is plenty, especially since the batteries are somewhat cheap. Now, I have been thinking of doing a drop tank, which is basically a larger battery at the bottom. That might be an option down the road. But for right now, the project